All right. I should just ignore Discord. I'm just gonna minimize it, actually. We'll do that later. Boom. Dwarf's anybody. So as always, if anybody wants a dwarf once we get in game, just let me know in chat. I mean, hell, you can just tell me right now if you'd like a dwarf. If you don't have a dwarf, or if you're not sure if you have a dwarf, I can check. And just remember, everybody, join the Calcium Army. I just looked at Twitter and saw that a bunch of people had retweeted that, which is cool. And also, thank you very much to anybody who watches the VODs that I put up on YouTube. Those do weirdly well to me. Like, it's always impressive to me how well those VODs do. Okay, so there's a dead thing over there. I don't even know what's... Oh, it's the vulture. Right, yes. So there's a vulture corpse over here. So right now we're very much doing dwarven mental health time and doing our best to just kind of take care of the dwarves and keep them mentally healthy. Are you still mayor of the fort? That's a good question. Are you still mayor of the fort, Nipple? Yes, you are, actually, and you're still pissed off. You know, you're not insane, Nipple. Like, you're mentally stable. You're the mayor of my fortress, and we still haven't given you a decent office or modest office and dining room because they're both one room. I think it's time we give you a proper dining room. What do you think? I think that you've earned that. I think we're gonna give you a dining room because you've been our mayor for so goddamn long, and we haven't been nice enough to give you your own room. I think you've earned that. I think we'll give that to you. Nipple, you can have that. Your own dining room. It's gonna be way too big, but it's fine. Can also make it like a semi-public dining room. Let's put everybody back on, maybe not break time directly, but... Does break time cover that? I wonder. Yes, it does. Cool, so we can probably make most of this while it's on break. You would like a dwarf? Do I have any scholars? I think I actually have a visiting scholar, but they might all be named. That's not true. We do have a unnamed scholar. Are they insane? Nope. I'm just kind of wandering. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, we can totally give you a scholar. 1 second, though. I'm just going to make sure that you're actually assigned as a scholar. There you go. Now you're officially assigned as a scholar. Oh, wait, no, I just took you off of scholar. I'm dumb. There you go. You are a scholar now, officially. And you're going to stay a scholar. So this dwarf is... He feels satisfied remembering work. And within the last season, he was blissful after sleeping in a great bedroom and bored after doing nothing creative for so long. He was bored after being unable to practice a craft for too long, and he didn't feel anything after a lack of decent meals for too long. But he was euphoric due to inebriation and blissful remembering sleeping in a great bedroom. 147 years old, born on the 21st of Opal. Your second best skill is furnace operation. So overall, you're a pretty well-rounded dwarf. Almost never sick, but very weak and flimsy. Likes marcasite, trifle pewter, green diamond, the color eggplant, bolts and beds, and boogeymen for their terror-inspiring antics. The words of the true paper, and the sound of the festive glitter, and the sight of the glittery lax. And when possible, he prefers to consume fonio beer, and he absolutely hates rats. So I have a thing, right? Or I have a thought here. You are You're a fan of terror-inspiring features from boogeymen. Maybe we need to get you some spooky books. We have to steal some books from some places that are, you know, less happy, if you will. Personally sees power over others as something to strive for. Sees perseverance in the face of adversity as bullheaded and foolish, and does not care about fairness. And he dreams of mastering a skill. He is not the type to fall in love or develop positive feelings. He has a very calm demeanor, and he can be happy and optimistic. He tends to be a little wasteful when working on projects, and he isn't given to flights of fancy. Welcome to the fortress. While we continue working on that dining room for our mayor. Spooky books, yeah. Boogeymen and spooky books. So what I'm thinking is we need to find a goblin area or something that is in a haunted area. Like down here, the Uncertain Mire. You know, there's the Dark Goblin Pits of Scourgebound. But do any of these actually have books? Ooh, there we go. The Trenches, the Truth. The Pits of Doomgleamed. I think we might need to go down there. We have fought with them before. This one also has one. Principles of the Goblins and the Mysteries of the Pits. Over here, we have some other spooky stuff. We have a bunch. We have some the Dark Human Pits. Goblins up there, and the actual Dark Tower. Excuse me, up there. Maybe that'll be our end goal if you remain our scholar for a bit. But you know what? Let's try and nab this little book from Doomgleamed. We're gonna send the Armored Coil, and we're gonna send in some details. Please don't loot other items. Just steal livestock, release prisoners, free captives, and take important treasures. That squad is quite small, so hopefully they'll be okay. I trust that they'll be okay. So how's your day today, Nipple? If you don't mind me asking. Sounds quite nice. Yeah, I've also heard that nice people live there. Quite good. I bought plants last night, so my day's been pretty short. I actually kind of... The duck is fighting. Oh, we're hunting ducks. I've kind of had a pretty short day, I would say, actually. I didn't really... I just kind of slipped in. Like, I went to sleep pretty early. I went to sleep at about 10 o'clock. And I just kind of woke up at about 7-ish. My alarm actually went off and woke me up, which is rare. Normally, I sleep through my alarm, but my alarm woke me up today and woke up at about 10. Or about 7:30. And after going to sleep at about 10, so I slept for quite a long time. It was good. It's nice to feel well-rested. The problem is I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight. But it is what it is. So I spent yesterday evening potting up plants. But yeah, no, today the real goal for me, I think, is to just continue working on Dwarven mental health and hopefully not have another fight like the one we had yesterday, where we just had all of this stuff show up here and now have to clean up piles of dead elves, which is just not fun. It's not fun at all for anybody involved. Okay, so there's a ramp up there, and a ramp up there, and then a door into there. So I do have this. I'm going to assign an animal to this chain. We have to put something on this chain. I need something to see. Apparently I have a goblin in a cage. Well, we're gonna put that stray fox up there. Those died to the hands of my military, yeah. My 2 squads killed them. Also, all of the stuff down in the river. Because at the time, the river was actually very shallow. We actually managed to lose 1 dwarf out of all of that. 1. Which I'm pretty proud of. All of those elves just got absolutely slaughtered by my military. And it looks like one of my dwarves has given birth to a boy. Congratulations to the happy mother. Sometimes I end up in the help menu and I just get confused as to where I am. I'm like, how did I get here and what is this menu? So now we've sent off our military to hopefully get us something. I'm a little bit worried. I haven't attacked goblins in a while and my military's a little sore from the elf invasion, but I think they'll be okay. I hope they'll be okay. So a little, like, maybe fingers crossed for the brave dwarves. But yeah, no, I'm just super weirded out. Like, what is even happening right now? You know, we essentially everything has been, or not everything, but like every game that I never thought would ever get made has been announced in the last 48 hours. And it's very, very weird. Oh shit, I've sent them out and they can't get outside. All right, well, let's just, nope, not that. Let's open this button, this lever. It's a goblin scholar. You would like to speak to him? You know, because we have a goblin scholar in a cage, now that you mention it, he's going into the library. Actually, you know what? Here's an idea. I'm gonna give you my scholar a bedroom back here. I think that the scholars should get their own bedroom. What do you think? You know, nothing too extravagant. Just a simple bedroom. Kind of off to the side of the library. Maybe give you a private library for very specific books. Put a little hallway off the side here. Also, the library should have a door. So we can work on that next. There goes the military. Best of luck to my brave military dwarves. And a special shout out to Cryo Shakespeare, who's carrying her son, who is 4 months old. Special shout outs to Cryo Shakespeare carrying her son into battle. Yeah, no, this squad is just like my ace squad. Like, Patchwork has a couple of kills. So, if anybody's gonna do well against a goblin, you know, 44 other kills plus 55 notable kills. Yes, I do mean a baby shield. That's absolutely what I meant. Did I say something different? Why would I mean anything aside from baby shield? Come on. Dude, please. How you doing today, Freeways? Please, baby club. Baby blunt object, okay? Use baby as blunt object. Get many a kill. Patchwork? Oh, you're going to go fill your water skin. All right. Sure. Man, you see, this is what seeing all those elves' bodies does to a dwarf. That's what seeing all of those elves' bodies does to a dwarf. It's like, oh my god. Oh fuck, that sucks, dude. Well, hopefully you do well in your exam, all things considered. Even with those debuffs, I'm sure you'll do fine. Or I hope you'll do fine. Yeah, there he is. I don't know why we have a goblin in a cage like that. The other thing that's kind of interesting is Arctic, who was actually a dwarf from a previous fort, another scholar, is also studying with you, who came from the fortress of Darkale, who is Darkale's lead scholar, a fortress that fell under hard times and survived many, many sieges and eventually permanently sealed themselves underground after months of battling. So very, very brave fortress, and a dwarf that came from really hard times in a very dangerous fortress. All right, let's make this into a dining room. And we're going to assign that to our mayor. And I'm going to free that table. See if that does it. There you go. Mayor is now happy. Has their own splendid office and a decent quarters. And modest dining room. How do you get out? So there was a underground passage connecting two dwarven fortresses, which we collided with when we were digging in the first cavern layer. So in my mental headcanon, they would use that underground passage to the other dwarven fortresses. But they were living under the plains of mucus, which was not exactly a pleasant place. I don't think you would really want to go outside much if you lived in the plains of mucus. You have yet to watch Dark Ale? There's a lot of Dark Ale. I just uploaded the last part, actually. Just uploaded the last part. This is concerning. There is a recruit running around in the fortress throwing books around. Like, literally just running around chucking books. Knocked over 2 bookcases. Where did you go? I lost you. Oh, you're still just running around in the library. Knocked over 2 bookcases, kicked a bookshelf, threw a book across the room. It's not running back into the library. Yeah, we're gonna need to call justice, I think. Somebody needs to get their head caved in. Very sorry. Several people need their heads caved in, apparently. So, in case you haven't noticed, we've had a little bit of a tantrum problem for a bit now. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a tantrum problem for a little bit, which sucks, but it's kind of what happens when you have to deal with that. Really, Nirander? Well, thank you for watching those. Like, I've had, okay, so when I started doing all of this Dwarf Fortress stuff, I had several friends reach out to me in concern that I was going to completely tank my streaming career purely based on the fact that I'm, you know, streaming Dwarf Fortress. And then I also had other people say that I shouldn't be putting my VODs up because the YouTube algorithm hates it. But the fact that people actually watch that stuff on YouTube is, like, awesome. But I hope that you enjoyed Tower Quill. Tower Quill was a fun fort. Very much enjoyed Tower Quill. Had some frustrations in the middle, but I got some. I got a short one that just went up. Pillar Flaxen is now up, which was a really short one. Has a fun ending too. It's like 6 hours. Burial Fire was your favorite? Burial Fire's kind of getting old now. Burial Fire just had a lot of learning. Like, I think back on Burial Fire, and all I think about was when I built all of those floodgates using a material that wasn't magma safe that I thought was, and then they all broke. Oh! But outside of that, yeah, Burial Fire was a lot of fun. You just really loved its design. I'm just sad that Burial Fire ended the way it did. Like, I was having so much fun with that fortress, and then suddenly we frame rate died, and the reason we frame rate died is because there was a bunch of infinitely burning things in the volcano, and that was just really frustrating. Like, really frustrating. Really? I'm glad to know that the YouTube algorithm is working. Is that really how you found my channel, was through watching Krug Smash? Because that's super cool, actually. Like, I realize that my stuff is very different from Krug Smash. Patchwork returned. All right. So my dwarves have returned. Mission report. I don't think it went well, if we're just getting a mission report. The dwarf, Robo Burger, and the Friends of Luck outmatched the elf. Wait, what? Those are elves? The dwarf Robo Burger. The Murky Tour is led by the dwarf Robo Burger. Block de Chuck, the Friends of Luck, clashed with 24 trolls, slaying 6. The dwarf's right lower arm was... Dwarf Cole's right lower arm was smashed. They have a lot of slaves. Because this is a goblin pit that we're raiding, and we're fighting with elves and dwarves. The fire buried the fortress with very merry death? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that fortress was so successful, right? Like, we had an impenetrable defense. You seen my post on the Dwarf Fortress subreddit before? Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't like doing that. I really don't like posting on subreddits. I feel like like, as much as I love the Dwarf Fortress subreddit, and as much help as that subreddit has given me, I don't like spamming my stuff places, if that makes sense. Like, I know that it's necessary, but it always makes me feel bad. So when people do find my stuff through there, it makes me happy. But at the same time, it's like, I really wish I didn't have to do that, you know? All right, well, the whole squad came back. Considering I only sent 6 of them, they did all right. Question is there still a way in this way, or did I close it yet? Nope, we just have to wait for them to come on in. Set your urge on fire again. I'm glad. Hopefully it doesn't burn your house down. It's my brewer, Stoned Hobo. This is... Hobo might be, like, one of the most mentally stable dwarves I've ever seen. Like... Just doesn't feel anything. Do you see one, Sabata? No, currently all of our clothing is coming from leather, actually. Because I keep raiding the elves and stealing livestock and then butchering them. So that's where we're getting the majority of our clothing from right now. Speaking of. Let's go do it again. Yeah, shell shock? Just doesn't feel anything. He's like, oh, it's just dead people. It's aight. It's just dead people. It's aight. And one of my engravers has gone berserk. But, trying to figure out where he is. Oh, it's one of the ones in prison. Yeah, that's totally fine. Go as berserk as you want, Dwarf. As long as you don't leave prison. Just means I might need more permanent prison cells. Also, I'm gonna have to set a burrow to allow for them to go up here, because I need that fox to get chained up there so that we can see elves coming. One of my training dwarves has just become an axe lord. So Sabata, how are we doing today? How are we actually doing for leather right now? Because I used a lot of it. Oh, where is this? Apparently I just have a fuck ton of leather. Huh. I'm gonna do this. I'm not sure where it all is, but... This must have come from a trader. Someone must have dropped it. Where you deal with logistics? What game? Guys, this might be the weirdest year for video games ever. A Terminator game came out, and a Starship Troopers RTS just got announced. What is actually happening? Let's do leather mittens. Let's do leather tunic. And leather cloak. Not as many cloaks. Ah, Factory Town. I played Factory Town. Factory Town was fun for a little bit. A little bit too logistic-y for me, though. I'm not much of that kind of logistics person. I love a little bit of logistics in my games, but if there's too much, it kind of gets to me after a bit, if that makes sense. Yeah, proper production lines, exactly. Animal, how we doing? Another tantrum being thrown by somebody who's in prison right now. You're making a crypt. Well, good on you. You didn't use your command when you came in. I'm so used to you just coming in with the hello.
Hello.
There you go. It's all good. It's all good, animal. Well, we've already made a leather robe, so we're getting started with that. Apparently I've lost 2 dwarves. I wonder if that's dwarves leaving the map. I hope that's what it is. Also, investments are open. Thank you, Peter. But yeah, no, since I'm taking a week off of today in Dwarf Fortress, I can probably stream pretty long today. I think that we might need to, you know, do some battle tech tonight. If you guys are, of course, assuming you guys are down, right? What'd you miss? Not a huge amount. We've just been kind of chilling. We appointed a new scholar, and we learned that the scholar wants to rule the world and likes terrifying monsters, specifically boogeymen. So I have a feeling that we need to do everything in our power to give that scholar what they want. Stole livestock. Excellent. Thank you, elves. Wild boar, 1 horse, 1 dingo, 1 wild boar sow, 1 black bear, and 1 fox. And that, my friends, is how we are making clothing. Also, they hit $18,000 benefiting Doctors Without Borders for the Hot Potato charity. So, shout outs to everybody who's taken part in that. So how are you today, Epic Giant Storm? Oh, we had a tantrum where a dwarf ran into the library and threw a bunch of books around. That was fun. That was fun. Let's throw that copper statue in there. Cryo Shakespeare has become a sword master. Look at that. Glorious. Shizuo, Dwarven Child. Right, yes, legendary Dwarven Child. Where's our hammerer? How's our hammerer doing? Was resentful. They're getting... Actually, no, we're gonna stop making booze for a bit. I know that always sounds sacrilegious, but we've got old booze, and we got a lot of booze in the fort. I'm gonna drink through it until we're out. And then we'll start up some new booze. Some fresh booze, if you will. RIP to anybody who invested. Another thing that we were able to get set up yesterday is this water reservoir. So this was pumped in here and is clean water, and it's feeding water to our 3 wells up here. 1, 2, and 3. So when we do need water. Also, our tavern keeper has gone stark raving mad, which absolutely sucks. Also, we're making gloves, and we are making lots of leather clothing. We're making a shit ton of clothing right now, so hopefully our dwarves all go get new clothes and are happy about that. Mako is throwing a tantrum. God. I can't win right now. Everybody's throwing tantrums. Please don't hurt anybody important. I just can't win. God, I'm so ready for Mech Warrior. I'm so ready for Mech Warrior 5. They put out this 5-minute long, like 4-minute and 30-second long walkthrough of everything that you can do in Mech Warrior, and everything just looks so fucking good. Meko seems to have stopped tantruming now. Still vomiting, though. He's faint and he's vomiting. He's stumbling down to the hospital. Probably got into a fist fight with somebody. I don't know what T-Jop means, but I mind. Copper bins. Do I not have beds? Okay, you know what? Screw it. We're gonna open up the outer gates. Let's go outside again. Hopefully dwarves don't go too insane. It's like boop. Okay, fair enough. But how we doing today, Mind? It's good to see you. What just happened? Guard cancels release Gal. Wrong justice state. I think that I have a dwarf that is panicking that wants to be released but can't be released, which is not good. I have also a feeling that we're going to lose a lot of dwarves in like the next 5 minutes. All right, dwarf, you are not going to do any healthcare stuff. You're also not going to do any hauling or any other jobs. And all you're going to do is farming fields. Like literally, that's your sole purpose in life, dwarf. Apparently you're also cooking. I don't actually want you cooking. Hello, Rylais. How much money and wine did they leave in your car today? Yeah, I would say my day's been pretty good so far. I bought plants last night with the help of my mumsy. We bought 2 plants and some pots and some soil for them. So they're in my house now, and I get to take care of plants. Hopefully I don't kill them. I don't think I'll kill them. Big hopes I don't kill them. So that should be fun. Looking forward to that. You know what's something I need to do? I need to make this seed stockpile bigger. I'm just gonna make a food stockpile, and then it's gonna be from here down to here. And it's just going to be for seeds. So I'm seeing dwarves walk way too far for seeds. Don't forget to remove barrels by hitting Shift E when you set up a seed stockpile. It's helpful, because then they don't job cancel. It's a kind of a long story. Woolbach is found dead. Siege engineer is tantruming. I'm feeling we're going to see that quite a bit over the next little bit, because we're finishing hauling out all of these corpses. And before elves siege us again. We're out of silk. All right, I didn't have much silk, so what was I making out of silk? Silk sock and silk glove. Oh, hey, well, they got most of them done. I think we still have more yarn. Didn't go very long last night, fair enough. Your car treated stock. Wait, are you having problems with your brakes? That's not very good. That sounds really bad, actually. So what you're saying is you were speeding and you're like, I need to go inside because I'm a danger to myself today. Yeah, especially if the roads are slippery. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, black ice is not good. It's no bueno. You don't want to be on black ice. I really need more chains. It's that season in half the world, usually. Right now, we are very much just kind of trying our best to survive. Yo, Brewer, would you be good in the military? It's a very good field for social relationships. Personally, dreams of mastering a skill, sees moderation and self-control to be important. Dislikes cooperation and doesn't care about family. She takes no pleasure in her talents and appearance, and she's single-minded. She's confident under pressure and has a very calm demeanor and is quick to anger. She tends to hang on to grievances, and she generally is quite confident in her abilities when undertaking specific ventures, and she tends to be a bit stubborn. You know, this dwarf is going straight into the military. We need more military dwarves right now. So we're gonna put that dwarf in the military. They just have enough traits for the military that they just sound like they would be good in the military. Okay, wait, hold on. So they're trying to release that goblin scholar for being in the wrong justice state. So I don't actually think, so that goblin scholar that I have in this cage up here, I don't actually think is supposed to be in this cage. How the heck do I get a goblin out of a cage? Do I dump it? Because I know removing it... Does anybody here know how you get a goblin out of a cage? Because somehow I have a goblin in a cage who's not supposed to be in a cage. So if anybody knows how to get this goblin out of a cage, please do let me know. He knows what's coming. No, but like they're trying to remove the goblin because the goblin hasn't committed any crimes, which is why I'm getting this job spam. Yeah, basically. Well, we didn't put it in there. We just found it like that. I'm assuming that the traders left it or something. Actually, let's try this. I need to make a chain. Chain. Let's just say copper. 10. Push those up a bunch. And query it. I mean, I've built the cage. It's right here. Oh, I guess I could assign something else to it. Let's put one of my guinea hens in it. That'll do it. Yeah. We could also just do this. Okay, cool. I forgot that menu existed. Thank you. I don't have to do that very often, so. Caves and Britches has gone berserk. And you're in prison right now. Let's let this goblin out. I mean, it's just a goblin scholar. I have no idea why they were in a cage. Or how it got here. Or how I got it. I have no cage traps. So genuinely, I have no idea how on earth this goblin in a cage ended up here. Also, there's elves visiting my fortress, apparently. So hopefully somebody will haul that while we continue to carry all of those. Already done that, freeways. Yeah, we figured it out. We're good. Question is, how many doors are actually gonna maintain stability after all of that corpse hauling? My assumption is not many. Did they ever put that fox up in that tower? Yes, they did. Excellent. So hopefully that fox will notify us when there's baddies coming. I had a bear up there once before, and it did, so I'm assuming the fox will too. I'm to Total War battle. Well, go win your battle. That should be your priority. That should definitely be your priority. Let's put a kitchen over there. Yeah, you focus on winning your battle. What are you doing? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Let's just forbid everything on this level. With the exception of my dwarves that are in here. Because I don't actually want them hauling that. I just want to get rid of those elven corpses. There's way too much that we need to haul out of there. Way too much. But at the end of the day, thank you very much to everybody who's here already. You know, there's a good number of people watching us stream Dwarf Fortress. Yesterday we had 120. 120 people watching us play Dwarf Fortress for a bit. Which is like no small feat. Let's just say that. It's no small feat. And considering it was, you know, just our humble little Dwarf Fortress stream over here, I think that's a bit of that's something worth celebrating. Also, there's some rumblings, and I'm not announcing anything right now, but we were supposed to be on front page as part of the charity marathon. That didn't happen, and it was the fault of the person who set that up. So with a little bit of luck, I think that we might be getting another opportunity to have a secondary front page slot. And if that happens, guess what I'm gonna play? So I'm just saying, maybe we'll get Dwarf Fortress on the front page of Twitch at some point. Yeah, pigeon simulator. Abso-fucking-lutely. My dwarves are panicking and running away. Cancels make beds, need logs. We're only gonna give you wood hauling because you're a woodcutter. So I want you to go hack down some trees. I mean, I did also promise a number of years ago that if I ever ended up on the Twitch front page, before I ended up on the front page ever, that I would stream Bejeweled. So maybe I can finally make good on that. Stream 5 minutes of Bejeweled at some point. Not Bubble Witch? I don't actually know what Bubble Witch is. Should I know what Bubble Witch is? Why do I have a feeling that's like some sort of like porn game knockoff? Of like, I don't know. No relation. Okay. My butcher shop not built. Okay, I do still have one butcher shop. Just a side franchise? Okay. Fair enough. Never played it. Okay, you know what? Let's try and do this. Let's try and put a bear in that cage. Man, this is tough. You know what? Actually, let's do this. Burrow 1. We'll just extend out to here temporarily. Let's lock everybody to Burrow 1. And Burrow 1 can also... Cool. So Burrow 1 also allows them to go dump stuff. So essentially, this is just going to force everybody onto this. And it looks like a lot of my leather clothing is getting done, which is good. Not a huge amount, but you know, we've made some tunics, made some cloaks, made some mittens, made some dresses, made some robes. Hopefully dwarves are getting to put on good new items and aren't just, you know, harrowed from their tragic existence, which is probably like still the majority of their mood. But, you know, harrowed from their tragic existence, also you got a new t-shirt. Like, you know, it's the fucking West 49 style of happiness. Because, you know, every life is just a little better if you have a new t-shirt, am I right? Sound heavy and cumbersome? Dwarves are shrunk, so it's fine. Dwarves need weight training anyway. Just looking for something I could put on. Some music. You know, we haven't done FTL in a bit. Yeah, exactly. I'd imagine it like a leather poncho, kind of. You haven't seen anyone playing Peggle for a long time? So there's actually a game coming out relatively soonish called Round Guard. I wonder if it's out, actually. No, it's not out yet. I've seen this at like 3 PAXs. Apparently it's supposedly coming out early 2020. But here, I'll give you a link, Sir Gaz. It's literally RPG, roguelite element fueled Peggle. It's like Peggle, but with RPG stuff thrown in there, because fucking why not? Sounds like you won. Boshin Man, what's up? Wait, they talked about Round Guard at the roguelike celebration? I'm sorry, what? I really need to actually watch this year's VODs. I watched like 2, and then just kind of forgot. My proudest moment in any Total War game was actually Rome 1 Total War. I was playing as the Spartans, and something like 4,000 Gauls invaded one of my cities, and all I had was 2 phalanx, and I just blocked off one gate in my city, and it took like an hour. They're not remastering this game, so I wouldn't be excited because they're not doing that. Now, there's an update with an official tile set and some accessibility features. That does not mean that's not a remastered. It's actually an update. A remaster would imply that they are remaking the whole game. They are not doing that. They are simply making an official graphics pack. And yes, I am excited. Well, I'm gonna need to look at that then, Boshin Man, because I've been itching to play that. Well, actually, I mean, I've been itching to play it since PAX 2 years ago. Seems like a weird thing to be at the roguelike celebration, though. But yeah, no, I wouldn't classify what the Steam version of this game is going to be as a remaster. I think that's kind of unfair to the game. From the front, yeah. No, totally. I'm not saying it wasn't OP, but that was still one of the greatest moments I ever had in that game, period. Regardless of how poorly balanced it was. It was good times. Good memories. I never played Rome 2, even though I actually got it with my graphics card, because at the time, it was not very well received, I'll put it that way. But yeah, Demantis, I am curious to see what they do for the Steam version, but before the Steam version, we have Villains Update, which I'm very excited about. I'm looking forward to playing lots of adventure mode when Villains drops. That's currently the thing that I'm looking forward to, is just Villains. So you've played one game of Rome 2? You have no memory. It's probably just like, your brain is just replacing Rome 1 with Rome 2. I mean, have you seen my mascot animal? Of course I'm a villain. Please. Please, man. Of course I'm a villain. If you have the option between being good or being evil, which one do you choose? Obviously chaotic neutral. I love how many people who state that they're chaotic neutral but are actually far from chaotic neutral. Have I ever tried a disguise? On Halloween years and years and years ago, yes. Oh, Jesus! Why are you attacking my metalworker? My legendary metalworker. Specbot, can you please go to the hospital? Christ. Hopefully you're not too injured, Spec. Ooh. Currently unconscious, stressed. Lots of bruising and some cuts. Although it was satisfied upon improving dodging. Which is funny. And hopefully my doctor can get to that real quick. Oh, Salot. Be a beast, dude. Just had to check in with the charity broadcast to see how they were doing. They're at $18,100. Makes me happy to see. Balinar seems to be doing quite well. It's also... No, we're not going to dump that. I just want to get this stuff dumped. You know what? I'm going to turn off training for my military and take them off duty and just say, guys, can you go help us haul some corpses, please? Send the military in as well. Because most of them are already pretty, you know, uninterested in seeing corpses. They don't really care. So they'll be useful. I need to sneeze. 2 seconds. Yeah, I've got quite a few games where I have a good amount of time in them, and I have, like, no visual memory, if that makes sense. Like, I've got no memory of playing them. Thank you, Yander. How many elves sieged? It was about 120. But the problem is because if you look at each of these tiles, look how much of that is clothing. So it actually takes quite a while to haul all this crap out. So even though most of the corpses are already gone, we're still hauling, like, their awful wooden swords and weapons and armor. This is why I want to not have to fight them, and I hope that that's the last actual fight we have to do. Like, there's almost all the corpses are gone. It's just armor and stuff. And that's the stuff that really hurts your frame rate, is the game keeping track of all of those individual items. Because the dwarves can't carry multiple items, so they just take one thing at a time, right? Even though some of them are pretty light, it's like, well, you're carrying a single tooth. Yeah, it was 200 elves, and a lot of them were mounted on giant dingoes. Craftsdwarf's workshop was toppled. It's the one on the upper level, I think. I'm actually okay with that. But yeah, no, that's not even all of them. There's also all the elf corpses that are up here, as well as all the elf corpses that are down here. But those are from different elven ambushes. Because elves don't siege, they ambush, right? So it's time consuming, to say the least. But considering most of these corpses are hauled out now, I think we can probably call it and just be like, all right. Do what you will now, dwarves. Cool. Looks like we've got more seed storage up and running. Now it looks like I should be able to actually set up quarters for my scholar. So it looks like we have all the stuff that we need. Trying to think if there's anything extra I can give you. Well, you're a scholar, actually. We should give you some bookcases. Some of your own bookcases. Alright, so something I'm gonna do real quick here. I'm actually going to wait until there's no dwarves in there for a second, right now. And we're gonna forbid that. We're gonna take everybody off the burrows. And actually, I'm going to remove this area from the burrow. And then I'm going to get them to pull a lever, and we're going to crush everything that's been put into that room. Removing all of these items. All of this. Every little bit of it. These are all elves' corpses, various parts of their bodies, as well as a whole lot of elven clothing. This is why it takes so long to do all of this. So now it's just a matter of time for us waiting for a dwarf to run over there and pull that lever. And there's appears to be something. That is not blood, actually. It's peat mud, Commander Hops. Also, how we doing today, Hops? Yeah, it's got to be the first word in the line for the bot to catch it. My bot's not that smart, unfortunately. I wish my bot was that smart, but my bot isn't. Alrighty, dwarves, can someone pull that lever? Also got some new coffins to set up. Just disappointing. I know what you mean. Nuts and Bulls was found dead, dehydrated. Unfortunate. Yeah, I know what you mean. When something isn't like a bad day at work, it's just a disappointing day at work. I had a lot of those when I worked in fast food. A whole lot. You know, there'd be times where you'd hope something would get done, you'd hope something would get done, you'd hope something would get done, and then they just wouldn't follow up and it wouldn't get done, and you just feel like garbage. I don't know exactly what happened, but I hope whatever it was, it doesn't remain bad too long. Oh, you were the disappointment. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, I mean, if you want to vent, be my guest. If you would like to vent, be my guest. I got no problems with you venting if you need to. This dwarf right here is putting away the corpse of one of our dead dwarves. There's also another dwarf over there on the right who's entering the coffin area right now who's putting away another corpse. R.I.P. I feel that way sometimes when I have a really bad stream. You know, every now and again, like, I had a couple of those in the last few weeks where I will stream for like, 5-6 hours and just not be happy with a minute of the streams that I put in. And I'll finish the stream. Sometimes I'll, make some money, but sometimes I won't. And I'll just end the stream and I'll feel like I just wasted 8 hours and I wasted a lot of people's time and it feels real bad. I have I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, about venting being unhealthy. I think venting or just like talking about things that you're disappointed about in general is good for you, but that's just me. I think in general, just talking about things that you're disappointed in is helpful, but, to each to his own. It's at the very least, it certainly helps me. But I hope that your next day at work is better. There is a dead cow in my tavern. And there's an elf just like singing and dancing by himself, which is kind of funny. Can I ask what you do for work, though, Hops? You work at a sandwich joint? Gotcha. When I worked in McDonald's, we had higher-ups who had completely unrealistic expectations. And I spent many, many, many hours being frustrated at quite literally not being able to work hard enough to actually make people happy. And looking back on it, it's a lot of, man, my employers were borderline abusive, because the more that I think back on it, the more I realize, yeah, they were not giving me the ability to complete the tasks that they were giving me. And I remember just like thinking back on it and beating myself up over it and just going, like, why did I do that? That you caused? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. And so I, like, that job completely battered me into the ground. Like, I worked there for 6.5 years, give or take, a couple months. Spring has arrived. Beardster, the hunter, has been found dead. Wait, what? Vubok, the ranger's been found dead. What the fuck is happening? Beardster was in my military. Did this dwarf just kill Beardster? What? Making all my squads active again. I don't want them to get killed. But Beardster just died somehow. No kidding, cops. I think, another ambush. I'll say this. And that's, I don't think my bosses did that. I think I just had bad bosses. All right, we need to close the story ASAP. Don't have time to throw people in prison. maybe an infection. Yeah, it's possible. I don't even see them. Where are they? Up there they are, up top. Up on the right, and there's a fisher dwarf who's haggard, who's been caught out. There's also a giant kestrel and a giant fly. They've got flying mounts. Oh gosh. All right, so here's what I need to do. Pretty sure Burrow 2 is literally just that. Yep. All right, so Burrow 2 is going to be just that and this. So let's lock them to just Burrow 2. So there's going to be a billion job cancels, but I need to lock all my dwarves to Burrow 2. All right, the gate's been shut. Both of the gates have been shut. Looks like somebody's fighting with a human dancer. Dwarves are running inside. Elvish invasion is coming this way. They are killing a fisher dwarf. It's not too bad, but those flying ones are scary. Mastim the fisher dwarf has been found dead. I think we need to re-up our soap supply. It's kind of a problem. I just hope that we don't actually need to clean up after this one. Here come the rest of the dwarves. There appears to be a scholar leaving, named Esmil. Yep, FTL soundtrack and Elvish ambush. Here come all the dwarves, one by one. They're not exactly thrilled being just down here, but what I can do is I can lock some doors to this upper area once they all get downstairs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this door. Lock that 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 door. Then come over here once this dwarf enters in there. Ah, crap. I need to seal this off over here. And what I can do is I can put them on break. Break will keep them out of most of these areas that are a problem. All right, dwarves. Let's just hope that those flyers don't fly over. And let's hope that the elves just come into the drowning chamber naturally. Yeah, the poor fisher dwarves never deserve it, man. They just don't want to make things. They should have gone into farming, I tell you. I actually had somebody get like unreasonably mad in my chat once because I was playing FTL music while streaming Dwarf Fortress. Like, this doesn't fit Dwarf Fortress. How dare you play music that doesn't fit? You should play Simon Swearer's music. I was like, but like, I like this music. What? I really like this music. Right? It's a little bit lullaby-y, but I certainly think it works. And you know what? I'm also going to add all these levers to break, because I'm going to need those. Right, where are them elves at? There's a swords elf. Man, this whole elves are just going to go sit down in the river thing is getting real old. It's getting real old. Also seeing corpses getting hauled out. Man. Sure, Azul, what's up, dude? Age of Mythology soundtrack? That would work too, yeah. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna send the squad out. Go stab this guy to death. Alright, who's going first? You've been working for real all day? Well. Wait, you need to get to work on setting up the tile set that I linked, or you need me to upload this one? Because this one's, for reference, is just a customized version of Krug Smash's tile set. Alright. Cryo Shakespeare, what? Wait, no, not you. You, Cupo, where are you going? Okay, you're headed home. Good. Looks like there's another individual swords dwarf coming in. Ah, gotcha, gotcha. It's not too difficult to set up tile sets, though. Tile sets are quick and easy. Might have to pop out and murder this elf, too. Shoutouts to the elf that managed to drown in my water reservoir over there. Alright, so Cryo Shakespeare wielding a baby is going to go murder this elf, hopefully, and not get murdered. And before Cryo Shakespeare comes around the corner, there's like 40 of them right there. That's the only one that wasn't stealth. Nope, it's just the one. And Splat. How'd you do? Cryo Shakespeare the Hunter. Gruesome wounds. This does not scare me. Swordmaster stabs the elf in the head with Kazashog, and the severed part sails off in an arc. It was a very short fight. Swordsmaster slaps the elf in the right foot. The flat of her, with the flat of her Kazashug, and the injured part is crushed. An artery has been opened by the attack, a ligament has been torn, and a tendon has been torn. The elf misses the Swordmaster. You can't hit me. Whoop, too slow. So they're all just like chilling over here in the creek for some reason. I don't know why they've been doing this. It's driving me nuts. Let's go to break burrow, this burrow right here. Add this to it, and pull this lever, because this will seal off the filling section. Where are you headed? Just want them to head home. Yeah, there's some weird pathing going on in this fortress. Elves insist on just hanging out in that creek, which is very, very, very annoying, I'll be honest. And I really wish they would stop doing that. Like, I really, really wish they would stop doing that. Because, like, they're all just chilling, yep, in here. In the creek. Which means I can go fight them, but... Good thing my, my fox up here has been very vigilant. Wait, what? Alright. So where are all those flying elves at? So there's a bunch of elves mounted on giant flies over here, and they're, like, not doing anything. They could totally fly into my fortress and fight with me. But they seem to just have no interest. Fuck. I really wish that it was harder to just fly through this menu and accuse everything, because I accidentally just accused my chief medical dwarf of doing absolutely nothing wrong. Shit. Whoops. Sorry, Oafsalot. Do I have archers? Yeah, I've got 2, but, like, if they're not coming into my fort, I'm not gonna go out to them. Well, actually, that's not true. I've got 3. 3 plus a whole bunch of hunters that could be easily drafted as archers if I need them. Well, not archers, rather. I should be more specific. Crossbow dwarves. Marksmen. But if I don't need them, I'm not gonna do that, you know? Like, why would I send my Marks dwarves out? Besides, with flying units, just make them fly into a tunnel, and then your dwarves can just fight with them anyway. Following Patchwork. One of our most brutal murderers. I don't know, right now I think my own dwarves tantruming is a bigger concern than those flying elves. Come on, guys, turn around. Get out of there. Like, I think that's a much bigger concern. Like, I could totally win against those elves in a fight. I just don't want to fight them in the creek. It's just frustrating. Like, they seem to think that just sitting in the creek right here is the fastest way to pathfind into my fort. And I don't know why they've decided that. It's super annoying. It's like, it's totally not true. Now they're like one by one exploring into the fortress. I'm not sure what these elves' goal is currently. They're like one by one slowly coming into the fortress. It's like, yo, last guy we sent in didn't come back out. Should we all go in? Nah, we'll just send one more scout. When he comes back and tells us what we're up against, then we'll head out and find out, you know? Doesn't seem like a super intelligent method of, you know, fighting dwarves. Fuck. Well, I guess we're fighting, because some migrants have arrived despite the danger. Shit. Right, the Mimic? Jesus, dude. Like, I agree with that thought wholeheartedly. Just lol. Yep. Might as well just write down... Why? Alright, I need to stand up. 2 seconds. Alright. Showed us to that one dwarf carrying their lunch. Cheesemaker's been found dead. Probably killed in a tantrum. Fuck. Actually, hold on a second. Alright, so they're just murdering all of these poor dwarves as they're on their way in. It's like you guys couldn't have found a worse time to show up, migrants. I'm so bummed out by this. I don't know about you guys, but this is the worst. Like, we're just sitting here and waiting for these dumb elves to come into the fortress so that we can just murder them, and then they're all just like, yo, migrants! Well, Easium just like vaulted over the little creek. A lot of my dwarves just jumped into the creek. Got a dwarf over there in a martial trance. Got a bunch of dead recent migrants, which sucks. Okay, where are these? Question is, are they actually going to do anything now? Doesn't look like it. Let's just send my dwarves over here. I don't like this. I don't like this very much. It's gonna be all my dwarves soon, animal. Yo, chat room, if you're lurking in the channel, can I get a round of beers in the chat? See how many beers we can get. Just type in the word beer. So we're a little bit lurky today. Sandy claws? Why? Because they're flying? An ambush, curse all friends of nature. Alright. Oh, well, there's a bunch more mounted animals. So here goes the actual fight now. So beers in the chat for those about to rock, because we salute you. This isn't even my ace squad. This is like my B team. My ace squad is at the back. The bright side, their animals look delicious. This is a weird feeling. I'm gonna lose my whole military here. Maybe they'll actually fight me now, though. Zephon, the military commander. Although the animals are panicking, which is good. So maybe they'll just split, which often happens. It's a lot of mounts I find. See a bleeding giant dingo running away. My dwarf is in a martial trance. I've got multiple dwarves in martial trances. Problem is my dwarves are getting exhausted. Here comes Cryo Shakespeare, still wielding her child. Fighting with an elf who is mounted on something. I think a giant cockatiel? Look at all the blood everywhere. Holy crap. The game is constantly pausing. It's really hard to follow what's happening, especially considering half of the baddies are airborne. Also, the game's running at like 1 frame a second, so that's not helping. And the constant ambushes. Curse all friends of nature. Swords Dwarf has been found dead. This is gonna be my military dead, isn't it? It wasn't worth it. Shouldn't have saved those stupid migrants. Stupid, stupid migrants. I'm seeing a lot of panicking elves. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't have a big enough military. Chat room, I need ideas. What do you think we do? Our population is dwindling. The number of dwarves we actually have is like minimal. There's that weird pathfinding error every single time sieges happen, which is absurdly frustrating. I don't know what to do with the Crescentcloister of mushrooms. As much as I really like this fort, and I love a lot of the dwarves we have here. Abandoned fort? I don't know about abandoned, but maybe retire. I don't know. I really like this fort, though. I will say that. Like, I really, really, really like this fort. Defend the tunnel? There's no way in hell we can get back from this advance. Also, that's what I was trying to do. How many of them are there? 170? Good God. Where's the rest of my military? There's one back here. Another ambush. God, I don't, but I'm not gonna have any military left to get a certain book. I think we just need to abandon, honestly. Or retire, rather, after this. You need military dwarves to get a certain book, right? I hope this. I hope after my military dies here, I can drown them. I do still have quite a good number of military dwarves left. Let's just say this. I am... Not Goffer, what's up? We're in a bad place, if you hadn't noticed. Send in the mechs? God, I wish. I wish the game would stop pausing, though. Like, the game's running slow enough as is. That is a lot of badass game. And a lot of ambush spam. I see a lot of dead dwarves. Holy shit. Somebody managed to get dead giant flies and elves up in the trees. So whoever pulled that off, shoutouts. There we go. The game seems to actually be running at... Nope. Not reasonable speed. It's just the constant curse all friends of nature spam that's... Whew. A bit much. Another round. Alright, guys, start thinking about what you guys want to do for a new fort, because this fort is tantrum spiraling, and I don't think I'm going to recover from that. But an ambush, curse all friends of frame rate. Holy shit. Another ambush, curse all friends of frame rate. You know, I think these dwarves bit off a bit too much, more than they could chew. Desert forts are hot, you mean, Adrian? Good God. There isn't a volcano that's settleable in this world. I've had a few people ask me to do a volcano. Goffer, we do have a opportunity soon, and I would like to do a volcano fort for that. But, so there will be a volcano fort in the near future, but not the next one, probably. Because I'd like to start it on that day. Long story short, I think we might end up actually getting to stream Dwarf Fortress on the front page of Twitch, and if that happens, I want to be doing a volcano fort. Yeah. I know Dwarf Fort fans love those volcano forts, but Cryo Shakespeare, how many kills do you have? 31 notable kills, 58 other kills. This dwarf is like one of the few that's still actively fighting. And she's carrying a baby. I like all of these suggestions, Bubblehead. But that's what we, like, you know. I'll tell you this, it's very unlikely I'll do a good biome. Even though unicorns and shit, the only one on this map has a massive aquifer underneath the whole thing. I was looking at it before. And I really like this world right now. I don't really want to leave it yet. Nothing is confirmed, B-Log. Long story short, I was supposed to get a front page slot, and they want to... And because it didn't end up happening, they want to give me another one. That's sort of like a oops, if that makes sense. But nothing is confirmed yet. I don't want to go into too many details. Man, if this one dwarf is able to fight off this entire army, holy shit. Nope, there's another ambush. Actually, I need to check something. Roboburger's still alive, picking up equipment. Patchwork is stationed all the way down here for some reason. Patchwork. Buddy. Okay, you know what? Rather than stationing you, just go kill whatever that is. You go kill whatever that is. And you go kill whatever that is. Because I can't tell what's happening. Although if there's a goblin siege right now, that would be like perfect. So can we get a goblin siege? Chat, can you guys tell what's happening? Because I'm having a hard time following this. There's so much stuff on screen. I know there's other dwarves fighting in that mess. I just can't see them. Is a lot of E with umlaut. I mean, those are combat elves. And then there's one dwarf in the middle that we're kind of following who's carrying a baby. And she's just like murdering all of the E with umlauts. The C's are cockatiels. So they're like flying birds that they're riding. The D's are giant dingoes. And the F's are flies. So long story short, it's a fucking mess. Alright, so I do have some more combat dwarves incoming. And another ambush. Man, there's still 130 of them. How tired is our hero? Probably exhausted. Oh man, those are giant cougars. I was wrong. The seas are giant cougars. How tired is Cryo Shakespeare? Let's find out. Focused currently. So... if I survive the siege, build a wall around the edge of the map? No. If I think we're just going to retire this fort after this siege. Because, like, we're not able to get anything done because I'm constantly tantrum spiraling. So, no. The problem of Salat isn't that we didn't have enough traps. The problem is that they decided to path into the creek and just sit there rather than actually attacking me. So they wouldn't actually go into my trap is the problem. I have enough traps. I mean, yeah, I just hope that we survive this siege and then we'll retire the fort because also the game's paused. Because like the frame rate's also getting pretty bad. Basically, I think I wasn't able to get my trap set up quick enough, honestly. The X's are flickering, showing that the elves are exhausted in time with the music. Just thought I'd mention that. Yeah, no, she's got this. She's totally got this. She's still at it. Also, shoutouts to the military dwarf down here beating the crap out of her kid. At least I think that's what's happening. Robo Burger, who's one of my other legendary dwarves, is incoming. How many kills is she at? Dude. Dang. 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 Like, that's all I have to say to that is just dang. I mean, it just keeps going. Oh, there we go. So very sour, just like this dwarf's mental state. So very sour. All right, well, the actual elves that are left are almost none. Like, it's... my dwarves are just cleaning up the rest of them at this point. And here's the best part, we only lost one dwarf in that squad. All right, Robo Burger, where the hell are you? You're just sitting right there? Come on, man. I need your help. So another ambush. We're not gonna be cleaning this mess up. I'm just saying. We're not cleaning this mess up. This mess will never get cleaned up. The ambushes are still happening. Good God. This dwarf is a fucking beast. Meanwhile, another dwarf who's just as strong. Incoming on this side. Another ambush, curse all friends of nature. Here comes another dwarf. To do the exact same thing. You know, this fortress is very important in this dwarven faction. And I think we'll live for another 1,000 years, but outside of our meticulous concern. Unless... Oh, shit. Okay, for a second there I thought the elves were dive bombing the fortress itself. Doom Marine Dwarf is getting, let's find out. Well, they had like 50 kills before this even started. 37 notable, 116 kills. 116 goddamn kills. This dwarf more or less killed this entire army by themselves. Like, there was 4 other dwarves helping, but they all died. I don't think anything about this is satisfying to this dwarf. Considering it ain't even goddamn done yet. There's still more elves showing up. What is this dwarf wielding? There you are. Okay, a copper mail shirt, a copper cap. It's got a bracelet on. Copper chain leggings. Copper left gauntlet. Copper high boot. Copper right gauntlet. And a rammy cloak. Wait a second. Okay, that's... In your left hand, you're wielding a steel short sword. Which has 113 notable kills and 17... Or 119 other kills and 17 notable kills. And a Bobette Ast, a copper shield, which she has 3 kills with. Just a bunch of animals that need cleaning up now. A bunch of horses and shit. Yeah, the problem that I have is just... Oh, hey. Help come. Zed Panic had made it, finally. Yeah, we lost a couple of recruits, but that's about it. We essentially just annihilated all of them. Huh. Well, I think we won. There's, like, not much left. There's still a bunch of invaders on the map, but they're all, like, random animals. And they all appear to be leaving. Are you gonna leave the map? Okay, cool. So the ones that are left are leaving. So... We're down to 70 dwarves. We were at 81, so I lost 11 in that fight. Robo Burger is now upset. This is another one of my really good dwarves. Crowd Shakespeare's still at it. Man. That's intense. I don't know what to do with this fort now. Because, like, we are tantrum spiraling. Like, that's just a fact. Like, I'm losing dozens of dwarves on not quite a minute, but I'm constantly losing dwarves from unfortunate situations, right? And it's just a shit ton of tantrums. Never trust an elf. No shit. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Hey, look, elves. Are they friends? I wonder. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I really like this fort. But I don't see us cleaning up after that. And all of that because some migrants arrived despite the danger. All of that because some migrants had to go and arrive despite the danger. Actually, I wonder something. Let's go up to this level. Really? This isn't wagon accessible? Seriously? Guess I need to make that wider. No, I tried to save the migrants. I'm not blaming the migrants. That happened because I decided to try and save the migrants. Also, apparently an elf managed to get into the fortress. Hence why there's a dead elf in here. Also, I see a bunch of dwarves panicking. Is there an elf in here that I'm not seeing? Ah, yes, there is. No, I know exactly what the problem was. Like, the problem wasn't that we had migrants. The problem wasn't anything. The problem that caused us to lose so much is instead of passing into my trap up here, the elves always preferred to just path into the creek right here and sit there. And I've had 3 sieges now, which were elf invasions that went very similarly to that one, where all that they did was they passed right there into the corner and sat in the water. And the water is just shallow enough that they don't drown and they don't ever actually invade. So I have 2 options. I can either sit underground forever and never go outside, or fight them. And I had to fight them. Because, like, you can't, like, not have access to the outside, because then when you're trying to do what I was trying to do, which is get the king for your faction, you have to have access to trading depots so traders can get in. And by not having that, I wasn't able to have traders. So waiting for traders and going, all right, well, we're fucked, basically. So we weren't able to achieve our goal. We were able to become a count, get a count in the fort, and a baroness, which was lovely. But I just, I don't see us being able to recover gracefully from this. Like, maybe we could, but it would take a really long time, and we're gonna get attacked by more elves before we get that done, regardless. So I don't see any purpose in continuing this fortress, regardless of who's to blame for why all that stuff happened. I don't see the point in continuing. So what do you guys think? Start a new fort, chat? I think this fortress will go down in legends. Specifically, Cryo Shakespeare. Where the heck did that elf go? Oh, there it is. It's the last elf from the siege. It's actually in the fort. There we go. And it's dead. Yeah, I really liked our drowning trap. It was very effective. I think we just need to make Cryo Shakespeare king. I wish I could do that, but that's unfortunately not how Dwarf Fortress works. Unfortunately. Also, I think Cryo Shakespeare would be queen. $37 kills, 138? Yeah, 138 other kills. I don't know why they're still sitting out there. Hope he migrants in. Hope she migrants. How many times do I need to say she? Actually, she finally got stressed. Because she was bored, I think. I swear to God, if one more of you guys says he in reference to a female dwarf, come on, guys. She. But yes, PTSD. Because the killing has stopped? Yup. Seeing the corpses now will stress. Well, I think the Crescentcloister of mushrooms was a grand fortress. And this is a hell of a spot to leave it off. Look at this. It's glorious. My only real regret is that they always just passed into the pond right here instead of actually, like, putting up a fight like they should. So I'm gonna sit back down, and then we're gonna, you know, start a new fort. I'm not gonna... Okay, so here's the things that... Just straight up. Here's the things I'm not going to do. Mostly because I'm tired of them. We're not gonna do anything with a full aquifer. And we're not gonna do a good biome. And we're not going to do a haunted biome. Those are my limitations. Probably gonna do something related to desert. Hey, Spitalier. Yeah, no, Fortress is over. Unfortunately. But we'll let it continue. I mean, the main issue is we're just tantrum spiraling, and, like, 2 more dwarves have died just from dehydration. Like, we've gone from 90 down to 69 dwarves today. And it's like, I could grind this fortress completely into the ground, which is gonna happen, or I can just retire it. Like, those are kind of my options. Build a grand multi-floor temple. Like underground or above ground? But I really liked this fortress. I had a lot of fun here, and I hope you guys did too. All the VODs for the entire fort are gonna go up on YouTube. The first 2 parts of this fortress are already on YouTube. But we're gonna retire the fortress. I'm not going to abandon it. All active saves will be deleted. Yep. Taj Mahal style? I mean, I kind of did that in this fort. We literally had a tower that had a bunch of temples in it, and then my Baroness slept at the top. So, sure, but I kind of just did that. Like, I literally just did that. We built a tower that went all the way up to Z level 11. You had a solo Rambo dwarf building away at a death trap of a fortress for 15 years. Like, so you had a large population of dwarves